you once, won't tell you twice. I'm real discreet, like a thief in the night. If I call you babe.
Okay, what's up, guys? So yeah, I know I said I would try to do one series, but this was just in my head way too much, so I had to get it out. So pretty much, yeah, we're still doing The Guardian, obviously, but I think I'm gonna stick with this series for a little while. I got a lot of stuff planned out for this, so yeah. As you could tell, this is What If UA pretty much, because what I'm gonna do is LOV and everyone that's at UA when I say, so pretty much Class 1B and Class 1A, and then all the pro heroes like Snipe, stuff like that, will go to this world. Obviously, there'll still be pro heroes in the other world and stuff. So yeah. And I have everything planned out how I want this. So, yeah. And Veldora will be in this, obviously. Oh, so I tried to make the funny thing is that happened is my parent came home and my dog started barking right when I started recording, so it was funny to me. So I just deleted that one right now. So yeah. Let us begin now. Max, hold on. Max, get your head out of there. Whatever. He's okay. But now, let's begin. We begin off with Izuku. Well, just also I should sorry about that. I live right beside a bridge. So yeah. Anyways, like I was gonna say, we begin off with Izuku. Oh no, before I start, when I get to the slime part when he meets Veldora, I'm gonna start calling Izuku Rimuru. So yeah, just want to get that clear. But yeah, oh my nose. Okay, but like I was saying, with Izuku, we see him just in his classroom, obviously. And in the class, he is not doing anything, really. He's just in his book, the book that he has all his quirks down. So, yeah. Excuse me. But, yeah. Excuse me. But, yeah. Give me a sec. Sorry about that. But, yeah. Okay, yeah, we're recording. But Izuku's just there in his class, and everyone's talking to each other. And that's when Uraka and Ida come up and say, "Hey there, Deku. Hello, Midoriya." And yeah, so pretty much they just talk a little bit, and then Nozawa comes in and just says, "Hi, kids." He says, "Hello, problem children. Today, we're going to be training with our quirks, of course, blah, blah, blah." So, yeah. And, yeah. Then we go to them training for a little bit, and, yeah. But when they were training, all of a sudden, let's say they went on patrol, right? Like, everyone had little district areas around town to go patrol. And Izuku patrolled his area, of course. And when he was walking, he saw a girl scream. And he ran over to see what was happening. And it was this man running with a knife towards another guy for some reason. And Izuku pushed him out of the way quickly. But instead of him getting stabbed, Izuku got stabbed. The guy that stabbed him ran off like a coward he was. And everyone's trying to go around his deku. And some people are calling 911, of course. And let's say Azal was looking over right then and there, because plot armor, and looked and saw Izuku. And he said, "Oh no." And he called everyone off quickly from their patrols. And he says, "Everyone get to the class now. Everyone get to their dorms now. Midoriya won't be there for a little bit. We don't even know if he's coming back, though." And everyone's confused. What's going on? And Bakugo's really concerned. Even though he still bullies him and stuff like that, or picks on him, he's still a friend. So he's confused what's going on. And he's asking All Might, what happened to him? All Might, He says, young Bakugo, I don't know yet. And Bakugo yelled out loud, don't you damn lie, don't you fucking lie. No, don't you lie to me, you damn old man. What happened to him? And Ida's holding him back and saying, Bakugo, it's not how we talk to him. Sorry, Sensei. He says, no, I would do the same if... But, young Bakugo, I really don't know what happened to him. I'm as worried as you. And he said, pissed. And yeah. At the hospital, we have Zuko. Just there, honestly. He's having a hard time. Doesn't know how long. The doctors are thinking that he won't live for much longer. About a week or so. They can't really do that much. So, yeah. And, yeah. And that's when Azawa gave permission, or he told everyone what happened. And, yeah. And everyone was broken. He couldn't believe it. So, yeah. But, yeah. But, everyone comes and they're all disappointed. So, the first people that go in is obviously All Might and the teachers. They asked what happened, and Zuko explained with not a really strong voice, but explains what happened. And yeah. And for them being like that, they all said, we understand. Will he and then they take Azawa out and they ask, will he survive? And All Might's questioning the most. And Ozawa says, the doctor said he only has about a week left. We don't know though. And yeah. But after that little bit, I'll explain later. But yeah. And all the students are going in, and even 1B's there to say their goodbyes to Midoriya. Everyone's there pretty much to say goodbye. And Midoriya's happy, because he got to meet these amazing people. Sorry, we always have this alarm go off at, what time is it? At 1, so sorry about that. But yeah. And Uraka, Ida, Todoroki, and Sue are sad the most because they always hang out with him the more than anyone else. And he says, don't worry guys. I'll meet you guys one day, hopefully, again. But for now, let's just take our time, slowly. I mean, I only have a week. And everyone starts crying. All Might trying to hold back, though. Because All Might's just there to supervise. So, yeah. And, yeah. A few days go by. It's almost been a full week. And everyone just can't stop thinking about it. And, yeah. And then, in class, in the middle of class, for 1A, Azawa gets a call. Azawa picks it up and says, hello? And that's when he drops the phone. And everyone's confused what happened. And he said, he picks back up the phone and he says, I understand. Thank you for telling us. Goodbye. And he hangs up. And he said, Ida says, Sensei, what happened? If we may. He says, You know, Midoriya was planned to die a little while ago, or a few days later, or later, yeah. Yeah, what? And Bakugo instantly knew. Bakugo instantly fell to the ground on his knees. And yeah. And everyone's confused. And that's when everyone started figuring out now. Midoriya died sooner than how they wanted to. So, they're all sad now. And yeah. But, let's say that All Might came in and was questioning what happened. And All Might didn't get the call though. So, he asked Izawa what happened, and Izawa didn't say anything. Bakugo said it. He said, Midoriya is dead, All Might. And he's just sad even more now. So yeah. And everyone is just disappointed. They don't know what to do. So yeah. A few days, but with Midoriya, we go back a little bit in time. We go to Midoriya before he dies, and everything seems like it's getting darker. So yeah, and that's when Midoriya says it's getting colder, and all of a sudden a voice in his head just says, cold addition or cold resistance. Yeah, cold resistance is acquired. It's getting hotter now. Heat resistance is required. Ability combined. New skill. Resistance to heat and cold. So yeah. It hurts so much. Damage resistance. Damage resist. No more. You cannot feel damage anymore. It's pretty much. So yeah, that type of resistance. Okay. And then he has, pretty much he keeps saying keeps saying things that hurt or he feels. Like he's saying, I'm losing blood again. Why? No more finding a suitable entity with no blood. And yeah. And yeah, pretty much. And that's when Izuku dies. And yeah, pretty much. And the call gets made about an hour later. So yeah. But after that little bit, hold on. God, dude. It's so uncomfortable. Anyways, but yeah. Shit. Fuck, I just had this. But yeah. Izuku, when he was pretty much just like dying, right? Izuku, well, just seemed like he was going to another world. Because he was, and Izuku didn't know what was happening. He said, "What the hell? Am I dying?" Where am I? What's going on? So yeah. And that's when Great Sage is acquired right then and there. So yeah. And yeah, pretty much. So we go to, and then all of a sudden, Izuku wakes up. And he's trying to feel his body, but he doesn't feel anything. But he does know that he's squishy for some reason. And he's very confused. And he's looking around now and saying, and he's looking around, and that's when he says, where am I? I'm not at the hospital, am I? No. Where am I? And all of a sudden, Great Sage, or a skill, whatever, yeah, I reset Great Sage. Great Sage appears and says, Great Sage just says that, oh my god. Okay, the Great Sage says, "You're in the cave of Veldora, the storm dragon, one of the many rare actual true dragons." And he says, What? Why do I feel so squishy?" And he says, "Simple." And Great Sage says, "Oh, well, I accepted all your requirements, and you said something with no blood, so I've turned into a slime." He says, "Wait, where am I? Where am I entirely?" And she says, like, you're in some type of, you're in the forest of, what is it called? Fuck. Drowns? Fuck, dude. Gura? I gotta look it up. Give me a sec. Okay, it's called Jura. So, yeah. So, says that you're in the forest of Jura, pretty much. And he says, "Oh, I see, thank you." And, yeah. And that's when, all of a sudden, Izuku starts moving and says, "God, this feels so weird." And when he started moving around, he went over a plant, and the plant dissolved. He says, "Great Sage, right?" And she says, "Yes, I'm Great Sage, but what do you need?" "What just happened?" And she says, "Oh, your ability, Predator, that's an ability that you've attained, pretty much just took the whole entire orb, and I store it and turn it into something more powerful. Like, let's say, a healing potion. That's what I turned it into." He says, "Oh, okay. Say if I needed to, if I could store all of this." And Izuku is kind of getting used to this now, that he can, is that he's just a slime now. So he just wants to get used to it. So he thinks how he always was thinking. He says, "So, Great Sage, if you store it, would you be able to make it into, like, healing potions that I could give out another day?" And she says, "Yes, because pretty much I'm like an unlimited storage." And he says, "Oh, I see. Okay, thank you." And for the next few days, or maybe even months, he doesn't know. He can't tell what's going on. He just gets all of the herbs around him and everything. And that's when in one day, don't know what to say really, but one day, let's say, he found some ore or something that's shiny. And he said, "Great Sage, what is this? I haven't seen this yet, have I?" She says, "No, you have not yet, until now. But This is magic crystal. Pretty much all magicals that come um, store up in this, and yeah, store up and creates this. And he says, "Oh, I see. It's strong. Is it good?" And she said, she says, "Yes. It's very powerful. You can make it into long swords, stuff like that, into weapons and armor." And he says, "Huh, okay." And that's when he starts storing it up. So yeah, and he stores up all of it. Everything in his way, he stores it up. And yeah. And let's say now we go back to Class 1A. It's been 3 months since Izuku has died. And some people have gotten over it. Some people are still kind of on it, but they're still trying. And that's when Zawa comes in and says, kids, today, blah, 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 right? But all of a sudden, out of nowhere, bursts of fire appeared around town. And what's happened around we go to LOV, the League of Villains. They're discussing plans, but all of a sudden, fire went around their building. And around UA, fire went around. And at that particular time, the Pro Hero Hawks was there. I'm adding this because I really have a good idea with him. And, hold on, give me a sec. And for some reason, also around Pro Hero Miracle, but all of a sudden, and people are around seeing this. News reports are going all over the place. And, yeah. Hold up, I'm gonna use the restroom and I'll get right back into the story. Okay, so yeah, pretty much everyone's engulfed in flames, and they don't know what's going on. Mirko and Hawk's trying to fly out of it, see if he could get out of this fire. And people were thinking, because it's happening all over this town, is there a villain attack, but specifically targeting Pacific heroes? But why? So yeah, and they just don't know what's going to happen. And that's when all of a sudden the flames go away. But with the flames, so do they. At the LOV, everyone looks around and they don't see it. And just so you know, one for all, right? Wait, no, all for one, is still there in that world right now. Because he was not at the building of the LOV, so if everyone gets confused, so yeah. And it went like this. First, the first flame that was in the sky that went away was fuck. Who was it? Fuck. LOV. I don't know why I couldn't get that in my head. But was gone first. The second one gone was Hawks. Then Mirko. But UA didn't go away yet. It's because it was bigger. More people were getting summoned, you could say. If you watch this anime, you know what's happening. So yeah. And I'm saying fire because yeah, if you know what I mean. It's like some episode. What episode? You guys remind me what episode Shizu got summoned. Okay, I know it's like episode 1, but like the actual story of Shizu getting summoned. So you guys could tell me that. I'm pretty sure it was like episode 7. I don't know. You guys tell me though. Okay, so yeah. But yeah. But that's when all of a sudden we have Izuku, or no, UA, wondering what's going on. Some of them are crying because they think that they're gonna die. And Zawa says, "Everyone, calm down." And All Might comes in saying, "Zawa, no one can get out of this fire." And they're confused. And all of a sudden, they're gone. And everyone thinks that these people that were in this fire just died. And yeah. And all of a sudden, we go back to Izuku, and Izuku all of a sudden just heard a voice, and he was confused. He says, hello? And Izuku can't talk, if you know what I mean. And he can't really see either. And he says, Great Sage, where was that really from? And she says, I forgot to tell you about magic sense. So if you want to see everything, this is what you're gonna want to do. Concentrate on seeing magicals, sir. And yeah, you should be able to see. He says, thank you, great sage. And instead of Rimuru being freaked out of everything, Izuku's pretty calm. So he just concentrates, and all of a sudden he could see things, and it's beautiful inside the cave. He says, wow, it's beautiful in here. And he goes towards the voice, and the voice says, oh, you could see me, I see. He says, wait, are you Veldora, the storm dragon, if I'm right? And he says, oh, so you know who I am. How? And he says, oh, my ability, Great Sage, told me about you. Or where I was when I was confused where I was. He says, oh, I see. He says, wait, but don't you live in this cave? And he says, kind of. I got killed in my other life, and then, I guess, reincarnated here. He says, oh, I see, huh. But, well, I'm glad I get to meet someone. It's been hundreds of years since I've seen someone. Or something, at least. Everyone's been scared and run off. He says, oh, that sucks. Wait, why were you? Wait, can't you just leave? He says, no, you see how you can't get near me that well? And he says, yeah, there's like a barrier? What happened? He says, well, I kind of accidentally sneezed and destroyed a village. It wasn't my fault, though. I had allergies right there. I had allergies. And he says, oh, I see. And Valdora's... Oh, shit, hold up. And Veldora looks like this right now. And he says, so I've just been trapped here for eternity from the hero that trapped me here. He says, oh, I see. I'm sorry about that, though. He says, no worries, And he says, how can you get out anyway? And he says, no, my magic is gone from this. It just canceled out my magic. He says, oh, okay. And yeah. And he says, Great Sage, do you think I could use Predator on this? And he's saying this in his head, so Veldora is confused what he's doing. And she says, no, you must have to, it must be on both sides, blah, blah, blah. And he says, oh, okay. And he says, Veldora, right? And he says, yes, what do you need? He says, do you think you could analyze your side? And he says, no, I can't. I lost all my skills when I got trapped. And he says, okay. Can you tell me what your side was? And then my side, I'll analyze mine. He says, oh, sure. And he talks about a little bit. And he says, okay. And Izuku says, okay. Thinking, and he says, I have an idea, but I don't know if it'll work. He says, what is it? I'm gonna have to put you inside my stomach. And he says, really? Interesting. Sure, why not? He says, okay, great. And Izuku is about to, but then he says, wait. He says, wait. Slime. He says, oh, yes? He says, what? We should give each other names. Because in this world, if you give each other names, you become stronger. He says, oh, I see, really. He says, yes. So let's give each other names for our friendship, shall we? He says, friendship, huh? Okay. Yeah. And he says, so, you name me first. He says, okay. And Izuku in his head's thinking, Storm. I want to keep it nearer that. So, let's think. Veldora Storm. I don't want to call him Storm again. Storm Dragon? No, that's what he already is. And that's when he thinks. Tempest. Perfect. Okay. Veldora Tempest. He says, Veldora Tempest, eh? And he goes, yeah, I know, it's dumb. I'm sorry. He says, no. I love it. Veldora Tempest. Veldora's the Storm Dragon Tempest. Or Storm Dragon Tempest, whatever, right? I love it. Now for you. Rimuru Tempest. He says, Rimuru, huh? Okay. I like it. And, yeah. And all of a sudden, Izuku starts going around the barrier, eating it up, with Veldora in it. A few minutes later, all of a sudden, Veldora's gone. But Izuku is still there. And he says, that's what's weird. Well, I mean, I think he's in me. I don't know if I... Great Sage, did I acquire any new abilities? And she said, yes, you did. Your new abilities are Black Lightning. Actually, yeah. But he doesn't know how to use it yet, so he doesn't want to trust it in here. He says, Black Lightning, Black Flame, and... Hold on, I gotta check what those abilities were. Give me a sec. And yeah. And that's where I'm gonna end it. Right there, when he just pretty much ate Veldora. So yeah. Thank you guys for enjoying this, hopefully. But yeah, if you have any ideas for this story, but yeah. If you want to know why I added Hawks and Mirko, I'll give you a reason, but if you don't, yeah. So yeah, thank you guys for joining me, and I'm not gonna do an outro today. I'm pretty bored. So yeah. See you guys. Bye.